Remember when All-Star Weekend was all about basketball and not corporate meet and greets? When the game actually meant something? I'm your host Kyle, and welcome to Basketball Business, where we uncover the money moves behind the hardwood. Today, we're diving deep into why the NBA's mid-season marquee showcase has lost its magic, and why no format change can fix the real problem. The easiest way to make the All-Star game better is have the players play harder, right? That's what every analyst is screaming about, and what every fan on Twitter is complaining about. So why do these players not play hard? The truth is that these players aren't lazy, they're exhausted. Think about what All-Star Weekend has become. It's not a celebration of basketball anymore. It's morphed into a corporate trade show where players are both the product and the sales force. While executives network in luxury suites, stars like Jason Tatum are being paraded around like show ponies to promote everything from potato chips to a brand new TV. Now you might be wondering, why does the NBA pack All-Star Weekend with so many events? I'll let my buddy Mr. Krabs answer that one.
Money!
All-Star Weekend isn't just a basketball showcase anymore. It's a massive economic engine. Last year's event in Indianapolis generated over $400 million in economic impact, with $290 million in direct spending and another $112 million in media value. San Francisco this year is expecting over 100,000 visitors and over $350 million in economic impact this weekend for hosting the festivities. The NBA has essentially created a roving economic stimulus package that cities aggressively bid to host. Now that's understood, let me paint you a picture of what All-Star Weekend is really like for the players. They all arrive Thursday morning and they have mandatory media sessions. By lunch, they're doing community events. Afternoon, sponsorship meet and greets. In the evening, brand activation parties. Friday brings another marathon. Practice sessions interrupted by TV cameras, more sponsorship obligations, and skills competition prep. Saturday is more televised practice and the night off, except they're expected to attend every partner event and after parties. That's all before the actual game. One agent described it like this: the All-Star game is about everything but the players. My guy looked over and saw Guy Fieri sitting in better seats than his parents and kids.
See how that just falls off the bone? That is money right there!
Imagine you're a senior executive who just finished a month-end close, pulling 80-hour weeks of intense analytical work. But instead of resting, you're immediately thrown into back-to-back-to-back investor conferences, 3 straight days of presentations, networking events, and late-night dinners with shareholders. Now on Sunday night, exhausted and running on fumes, you're expected to deliver what some consider the most important strategic presentation of your career. That's essentially what the NBA is asking All-Stars to do: perform at their peak after 3 straight days of being corporate ambassadors. Physical and mental fatigue isn't about time spent. It's about the constant code switching between being a professional athlete and a business asset. And here's the kicker: these obligations keep growing every year. As the league adds more partners, they've added more demands on players' time. The NBA knows this is a problem. They've had players tell them directly that they're burnt out by Saturday night, the day before the game. But those sponsorship dollars are too valuable to give up. So instead of addressing the real issue, Adam Silver keeps trying to fix the game with gimmicky format changes.
Yeah, I had fun. I think fans had fun who were there and seeing players, and it was a great weekend, but it wasn't a basketball game.
But corporate fatigue isn't the only problem. The economics of the modern NBA have created a risk-reward trade-off that makes intense competition too goofy to even try if it's not worth it. Consider this: Nikola Jokic is on a $276 million contract. His team's championship aspirations depend entirely on his health. Every time these stars step on the All-Star court, they risk generational wealth and a chance at a ring. And for what? An exhibition game where their most memorable highlight might be getting crossed over? Let's get real here. You and I are partially to blame for that. We as fans are trained to believe that only championships matter. We spent years telling players like Joel Embiid that their regular season stats don't count until they do it in the playoffs. Then, we act surprised when players treat the All-Star game like a glorified pickup run. The backlash to any serious injury in the All-Star game would be catastrophic. Imagine the social media firestorm if a Max player tears his ACL playing defense in an exhibition game. The risk simply isn't worth the reward, especially when that reward is bragging rights in an exhibition game.
I'm just wondering now, and it's a good conversation to have, whether this generation of players, and the teams are complicitous too, because nobody wants them to play hard at the All-Star game.
Nobody wants them to get hurt.
Nobody wants them to get hurt. They see it as a mid-season break.
But perhaps the biggest factor in why the All-Star game lost its aura is something the NBA can't control: the death of scarcity in the social media age. The All-Star weekend was once basketball's Super Bowl of spectacle. It was your only chance to see Michael Jordan face off against Kobe Bryant. Your rare opportunity to watch stars from different teams share the court. The slam dunk contest was appointment viewing because you literally couldn't see those dunks anywhere else. Today, that magic is gone. Your favorite players' highlights are instantly available on Instagram. Players are dropping workout videos all summer. They're teaming up in Pro-Am leagues. They're hosting podcasts and going viral in TikTok. The mystique of seeing stars interact has been replaced by 24/7 access to their daily lives. Back when the games were only on cable TV and that was limited to what you could watch, All-Star Weekend was your rare chance to see those matchups. Now, for a $200 League Pass subscription, you can watch almost every game all season long. The mystique is gone when you can pull up any highlights or crossover on demand on YouTube. The dunk contest is a perfect example of this. It was revolutionary when Isaiah Ryder did the East Bay dunk in 1994. Now, high school kids are posting more creative dunks on YouTube daily. And here's a little secret. Orlando Woolridge did that exact same dunk a decade earlier, but nobody really knew because there was no way to easily watch old contests. Today, every dunk ever attempted lives forever online. The element of surprise is dead. Some say we've hit peak dunking complexity, that there's nothing new to see. But that's what they said before Jordan, before Vince Carter, before every evolution of the game. The problem isn't that we've run out of innovation, it's that we've run out of mystery. When high schoolers are posting 360-degree windmills on Instagram daily, how special can the dunk contest really feel?
Kool-Aid Jammers, best 5th grade squad in the nation, homie. Ray Lucius, 6'4". Bobby Schmurda, 6'3". Roy, 6'2". Dropper, 6'5". Blue Vine!
The NBA's latest attempt at resurrection, a mini tournament format for the 2025 game where 3 teams of the All-Stars plus the Rising Stars champion compete for a prize pool. Commissioner Adam Silver hopes this will inject some life into the weekend. Kevin Durant is not a fan of it.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's terrible. All-Star game, formats changing, all the formats are terrible in my opinion.
He may have a point. This is just another gimmick that doesn't fix the fundamental issues. Real changes need to be made. Some suggestions floating around range from radical to ridiculous. If your team loses, you are ineligible for next year's game. Count the results towards the regular season standings. Have the injured All-Stars live stream the game. Replace it entirely with the NBA Cup Final. My personal favorite? Chaos it up. Have a running clock, no dead ball, live substitutions like hockey. Add a 4-point line, and let's see how high the score can go. Want team jerseys back? Sure, they help market the teams. Add a charity element for competitiveness? Why not? I'm all for charity. But these are all just distractions from the simplest solution. Cut back on the corporate obligations. Give the players time to rest, practice, and actually prepare for the game so they can put out a great product. Stop treating them like walking billboards for 72 hours.
I think, and I accept responsibility as the commissioner of the league. I think we should have known at this point for an All-Star game.
I don't need a crystal ball to predict what I'll see this weekend. Something like a 209 to 197 shootout where defense is optional and effort comes in spurts. And while I'd love to be wrong, the NBA seems focused more on maximizing sponsor revenue than fixing their marquee product. The sad truth is, All-Star Weekend isn't broken because the players don't care. They want to care, but they don't have the energy to do so. It's broken because the NBA cares more about squeezing every possible dollar out of that weekend than protecting the actual product. Until then, No amount of format changes or tweaks or gimmicks will bring back that magic.
We'll see how this one works. You never know. I might be wrong. I'm just another guy with an opinion, but we'll see how it works.
Thanks for watching this deep dive into basketball's lost weekend. If you enjoyed or learned something new, please like, comment, and share with someone you think would enjoy. Subscribe to Basketball Business for more great content on the off-court moves that make the on-court plays. Until next time, this is Kyle with Basketball Business.